Yo, what's good, YouTube? It is your boy, King Lucky 1018, back with another video. Today, as you can see, we're doing a big old Flash Omnibus haul. These are my babies. There is actually a Jeff Johns volume. I have volume 1. There's 2 other volumes. So, whenever I get those, I will for sure do an overview or a little haul on those for you. Big DC haul today. Probably next one, I don't know what it's gonna be. We gotta see what comes in, But if you guys are enjoying this type of content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and it means a lot. But we are gonna be doing individual shots on every single one of these books. You might be asking yourself, why do you have an Absolute Flashpoint and Flashpoint Omni? It's because Flash is my favorite character. I mean, as you can see, we got the big boy, the man of myth, the legend himself right there. But the Flashpoint, the Absolute Flashpoint collects the first 6 issues, so just the main story. But the Omnibus collects every single tie-in issues of all of Flashpoint with every single tie-in they did with it. So it should be a good one. But yeah, let's just jump right on into it. Alrighty, and we're gonna start off with Flash by Francis Manapul. Alrighty, and here is Flash by Francis Manapul and Brian Bugliciotto. I think that's how you pronounce it. Here is the front of the dust jacket. This is the spine. So the spine is pretty cool. Wish there was a little bit more. And here is the back. This retails 99 USD and 130.99 Canadian. Jeez, bro, Canada's paying for a lot more than us, like Canadians. Let's take the dust jacket off. Here are the inside flaps. If you'd like to read them, you can pause them. Just a little like, I guess, overview. I don't even know what you would call it. A little description. That's what it is. That's what you would call it. On what it's gonna be. Here's a little biography on both of the creators. And then we have this beautiful wraparound cover. This is actually a page inside of the Flash by Francis Manapul Omni. It's just straight gorgeous. I love the artwork. If you're in this book for just pure art, like if you're in any book that you're just like, oh my god, I want like amazing artwork, for sure get this book. The story's it's not my favorite, but and also fun fact on the back of the dust jacket, it doesn't tell you what this book collects. So I can tell you right now, the Flash, it collects the Flash New 52 run 0 through 25, annual 1 and 2, and that's it. So after this omnibus, pretty much, so there's 25 issues, right? There's, I think, 4 volumes of trades that are a different creative team, but they didn't put it inside of this, and then they've never printed it in an omnibus format. So there is the wraparound cover. The story in this book, I have read it. It's not my favorite, if I'm honest. It was kind of hard for me to get through at first, but the only thing that really like kept me full on like in was for sure Manapul's artwork. Is just, I mean, as you can tell, every single page I'm flipping through, it's amazing. Binding is a little tight, like always, but mine's pretty stretched out, so it's easier. But yeah, the artwork is just incredible. There are a few like issues that are different artists, like this one. But Manapul's artwork is just phenomenal, dude. It's like this, I can't even like, I can't give this man enough praise. If you want to see the Flash drawn in just absolute beauty, get this omnibus or read an issue from it, because you don't want to, like, dude, this artwork's sick. Different type of reverse Flash in this book. I'm not really going to go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but if you really are looking for a good artwork, then like come and read this book. Here's the annual. The annual is pretty good. It's GL and Flash. And let's jump into the bonus materials. So variant cover gallery. We got these. Some very cool variants. Then we got some funny ones. Then we got some sketchbook stuff from Manapul himself, which is sick. But yeah, that is The Flash by Francis Manapul and Brian Bulissi Otto, if that's how you pronounce it. All right, the next book we are going to be taking a look at is The Flash by Mark Waid. Alrighty, now let's take a look at Flash by Mark Waid, Omnibus Volume 1. So there's hope for Volume 2. Here is the cover. This is the standard. Here is the spine. Pretty cool spine in my opinion. Here is the back. And this, if you are wondering what it collects, this book collects Flash 62 through 91, Flash Annual 4 through 6, Green Lantern 30 through 31, 40, and then Flash Special 1, Justice League Quarterly, number 10. This book retails for $150 US and $195 Canadian. Let's get this dust jacket off. Here are the inside flaps. Cool little thing of the Flash. And Wally West is the Flash in this like era. Little biography of Mark Waid. Alrighty. And then we have a wraparound cover, but it's like, I don't know how I feel. I hate that sometimes DC does this thing where they put that, and Marvel does it too, but it's very sick. And Wally's saying, "You're no Barry Allen," and then there's Zoom, of course, you know. But yeah, this book I haven't got to read it, but this is one of my books on my must read for maybe this year. We shall see. Love this paper. It's a cool, like, I think they call it in sheet paper. I don't know exactly, but very beautiful. This whole book just looks so cool, so incredible. We do have a table of contents, which is amazing. Tells you what we're going to get into. A little thing about Mark Waid and why he, like, what about this series. And then we just jump right on into the Flash special. So as you can see, it's late. Well, I don't know when this was made, but it's a little bit like a little more older type of artwork, which is totally fine because that's always some of the best artwork. I'll say more so like the 80s, 90s type of artwork, I think. Actually, you know what? We can look. So through the 90s through 94. So yeah, early 90s. Artwork is pretty sick. I feel like it's always would be hard to draw the Flash, but in this run, from what I know, the Wally is the Flash for this entire run because Barry, let's say he went away. That's what we're gonna say. As you can see, the book is laying by itself pretty easily. You'll probably have to go like this anyways because if you want to see everything, read all of it, see all the artwork. A lot of cool stuff in here though. Some Jay Garrick action, and then you know the big brain Barry. You know the vibes. But yeah, there's a lot of the artwork is just cool. I've always digged this type of artwork, even though it's not my time. I've always just really enjoyed the type of artwork that we got here, you know. Here's the cover that we have. Wally, Barry, then we got Jay Garrick, but in this one, Barry does come back, which is good. And we got a whole bunch of action with all of my boys. But we got page numbers, as you can see, so you can always keep track of which page you're on. Good classic material right here if you want to have it collected like I do. I'm really excited to jump into it sometime, honestly. Like, I think it's going to be a really fun read. And, yeah, let's see. Let's see what bonus materials we have. There actually aren't any bonus materials, just this. The original cover line art for the Flash special by Joe Kubert. Oh, but yeah, that looks like it. And that is The Flash by Mark Waid, Omnibus Volume 1. The next book we are going to be taking a look at is The Flash by Jeff Johns, Omnibus Volume 1. I've heard great things about this story, this entire run. There's 2 more volumes of this, so when I get those in, I will do an overview or a haul on those. And now, the first of 3 volumes, even though I don't have volume 2 and 3. We got The Flash by Jeff Johns. Cool cover here. Little cool spine, as you can see, volume 1 right here. I'm excited to jump into it. I hear the first couple, like it starts off really slow from what I've heard. Here's the back. And Wally's also a Flash in this run too. This does collect we got The Flash 164 through 191, The Flash Our Worlds at War #1, and we got The Flash Iron Heights #1, The Flash Secret Files and Origins 3, and DC First Flash and Superman #1. This retails 99 USD and 130.99 Canadian. But now, let's take off the dust jacket and see what's underneath. Let's take a look at the inside flaps. Cool little thing of Barry, because it's not Wally. I mean, it could be Wally. Maybe, I think it is Wally. Here's a little biography on Jeff Johns. And then let's take a look at this cool wraparound cover. And it's a different type of wraparound cover, which is always sick. And make sure, I'm going to do a video on it when I get, when I first get my brand new Omnis. I'll make a video on how to stretch your spine, because you always want to make sure you stretch your spines on your Omnis whenever you get a new one. Cool little red end sheet paper. We got the Flash. Table of contents, of course, always and forever. And I don't know if this run, oh, it does. We do have page numbers. And this is like some of my favorite type of artwork, but at the same time, it's so goofy. I think Flash looks kind of goofy in this, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it looks fun. The story looks fun. I've never got to read this material. I'm super stoked to jump into it whenever I do. I got some beautiful art. It's exciting. But yeah, it's so sick to see. It looks like the art does change a little bit, whenever we're going through issues and stuff. I'm pretty sure this run has a lot to do with Barry and Wally, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, I could just be a psychopath. I think it's mostly just Wally, because Wally's usually who they use more, because Barry, I feel like a lot of people don't really care, but Barry finally is now becoming more popular because of the Grant Gustin portraying Barry Allen in the CW TV show, which the first 3 seasons are probably if it stopped at the first 3 seasons, for sure it would probably be the best superhero show of all time, in my opinion. But some beautiful art here. And let's check out and see if there's any bonus materials. It looks like we do have some bonus materials here. So it just looks like it's a little thing about like the Rogues. We got the Chire and Morillo, I think. I don't know. So I can't even pronounce some of these things, but it looks like it's just about characters, like a little biography about them. But yeah, got some cool characters in here. That's pretty cool. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is The Flash by Jeff Johns, Omnibus Volume 1. And don't worry, I'm going to be getting Volume 2 and 3 sometime soon, so be looking out for those. This next book we are going to take a look at is Flashpoint, Omnibus. Collect all the tie-ins and the main story, and this is a beefy Omni, as you can tell. But this is for sure Probably one of the most definitive runs of the Flash ever, or definitive, not even runs, just definitive stories of all time for the Flash. Because, I mean, we'll go over it, but if you haven't seen a Flashpoint movie or read this series, then you're gonna be amazed by this artwork. It's so gorgeous, and I love this book. Here is the front of Flashpoint, the 10th anniversary omnibus. Sick. It's so cool. Always will be. Here's the spine. Look at that big old thing. It's thick, man. And then we got the back, and it's retails is $150 US and $195 Canadian. And this collects the Flash. Oh, so it's collecting the 5-issue Flashpoint mini series, along with the prelude story, The Flash, 8 through 12, and all 56 tie-in issues to this. This is featuring Jeff Johns, Andy Kubert, Brian Azzarello, Dard. I'm not gonna pronounce that because Scott Snyder's in it, Jeff Lemire, and then Dan. I can't pronounce some of these, but as you can see right here, those are some people that worked on it. But yeah, let's take off this dust jacket and take a look. Here are the inside flaps. If I can show you, everything you know will change in a flash. The Flash world has changed, and even the whole DC universe with it. Even the fastest man alive can run out of time, and if there is anything left of the past, present, or future, Barry Allen must learn the secret of Flashpoint. Cool the inside of those. We got this cool. I love the front of this because then you got the spine, Flashpoint. Then we got the back, reverse flash, you're done. But yeah, I love that. It's super cool. Let's get in. Nice little in sheet paper. Boom. This book is just insane. And in here it also does say everything that is like fully collected. But so here's a better idea of it. This is going to tell you everything that we got collected in this. And it's just this book is insane. But yeah, I've started to read some of it, and then I stopped because I'm kind of weird, and I started other things. It's a great run. It's just, that was when I was first like newly into reading comics. So it was kind of just like meh for me. Like, not meh. It was kind of just like hard for me to stick to one thing. But now, once I really want to sit down and I'm going to fully read it, because this book and the artwork and the story is just so badass and so iconic. This is like the story, I would say, that made Barry Allen super popular. But we have some sick artwork, a whole bunch of tie-ins, which for me, omnibuses are always going to be my preferred like format over anything, because I would rather read, instead of just the main story, I'd rather read every single tie-in that we have, because then it helps me understand the story more. Like right now, DC is doing a event right now called Night Terrors, and I'm getting every single tie-in so I can read and understand everything more and more than just reading the main story itself. But this, you get some sick artwork all around, and the story is just so iconic. The binding is really well in this book. We're in like probably the middle. We have a nice little eye going. Probably once I read more of it, it will be even better. But yeah, Flashpoint Omnibus is just sick. I'm so excited to jump into it again. Beautiful spread page right here. And then I'll probably do a recent reads on this also, just because I think it'd be fun, you know. But yeah, let's see what type of bonus materials we have in this. Here we go. So here are the variants. Got some pretty sick ones. Here is the actual what's on the spine, or what's on the hardcover of the book. Sick. Love that. That's just gangsta. Wonder Woman holding Mira's head. That's insane. Big boy Aquaman right there. And we have a little bit the original Flashpoint teaser. Wow, that looks sick. But yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Flashpoint 10th anniversary omnibus. And it's just, dude, I love this book. Looks so incredible, and I'm so excited to jump into it and read it. And last, but definitely not least, we got Absolute Flashpoint. So it's gonna just be the main 6-issue story in here because that's what Absolutes collect. Biggest, baddest format for the best artwork you can possibly see. So pretty much the same stuff as the omnibus, but more you get to see the artwork more blown up. Last and certainly not least, Absolute Flashpoint. So it's literally just Flashpoint Omnibus. It just collects the 5-issue miniseries though. Here is the spine. And then the back, pretty much just the exact same thing. And this is just the slipcase. Pretty cool. I always love the slipcases. And if anybody is wondering on how the size comparison is, here's the size comparison of an Absolute. So pretty much it's just like it's taller, as you can see, and wider. So yeah, that's if you were ever wondering what's the difference between Absolute and Omni, that's what it is. And it's just the same thing as the hardcover for the omnibus. And then we got, and pretty much almost every single Absolute comes with a ribbon right here, as you can see. So instead of you having to use a bookmark, you just get to use that. But yeah, let's just jump right on in. But yeah, and this book is more so if you're just trying to see the biggest, baddest artwork you can from a story, this is what you want. And it's only 5 issues, and it's a very, very thin Absolute edition, honestly, from a lot of them. But it's really cool because once we get through all this, and you can see how blown up the artwork is. You can see the artwork so much better through the Absolute than the omnibus, like with the camera especially. But yeah, if we go, and you also get the sketch covers of every single one, which is sick, every issue. But then once we go to the end, we get the variants, of course. But we also get the Flashpoint teaser. Then we get the World of Flashpoint. Then we get the Flashpoint timeline, which is also bonus material is pretty much like half of the book. Is that much? But then we get sketches of the design of people. And then you get 2 pages. So these are the pages that Andy Kubert worked on during Flashpoint. And you get the, what you call it, the script. So it's cool because then you get to see what everybody's saying in it and what panels are which I think is very unique. But yeah, Flashpoint, Absolute Flashpoint. Then we got some action figures, those designs. We got concepts for the movie. And then you do have the movie designs right here. And then at the very end, so in every Absolute, you get this little pamphlet. And it's going to tell you what it exactly collects and how much it is. So this Absolute is 75 US and 99 Canadian. But yeah, you get over 100 pages of bonus material, unseen material behind the scenes. But yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Omnibus haul and Absolute haul, I guess we could say, for today. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you guys are looking to get any comic or omnibuses or Absolute editions, I would for sure go check out your local LCS if you want to buy them for full retail to support it. Or go check out Organic Price Book. That Organic Price Books is my preferred place to buy Omnis. They have a good reward system and everything like that. So if you guys are trying to get into them, I would check them out or go to your local LCS. But yeah, that is the haul today, and I hope everybody did enjoy this one. I hope everybody has a good day, night, evening, wherever you're watching this at, and whatever time you're watching this at in the world. Make sure you go smash that like button. Subscribe, leave a comment if you want to see more stuff like this. I love doing these types of videos, and I love showing these books off, so then you guys can see what books we have and what books that, if you're like, oh, I've always thought about buying this series, then boom, you can go get one. But yeah, one last thing though. Peace and love.